बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग डिस्कशन आज होने वाला है निखिल नंदा से. नाउ वी गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट सॉफ्ट एंड अदर नॉन ट्रेड स्किल्स व्हिच आर रिक्वायर्ड टू सक्सीड एज अ ब्लू कॉलर एम्प्लॉय. नाउ निखिल नंदा के बारे में आपको बताते हैं.
So, Nikhil Nanda, Director, Innovations Group. Innovations Group is the UAE's leading staffing and HR solutions provider with activities that include recruitment, temporary staffing, HR outsourcing, and payroll outsourcing, among others. Now, besides leading the tech R&D team at Innovations Group, he also manages a co-living property for working millennials, the first of its kind in the UAE. And what exactly it is, let's hear it from the man itself. Good morning, Nikhil.
Morning, Muriel.
Okay, I love this line. It says you also work with millennials on a co-living property. What exactly is this?
So it's basically a hotel, but it's more on a affordable scale. So a budget hotel where we.
And it's called reservation?
It's called reservation, correct. We obviously had to play with the innovations name a little bit. But it's basically catered to people looking for long-term accommodation around UAE at a more affordable rate.
Where is it located?
It's located in Al Furjan.
Right.
Oh.
Now, booking.com पे मैं जब देख रहा था तो I did come across this and I was very intrigued about it. ये concept बहुत interesting लग रहा है. So it's a long term stay.
Yeah, we do short term, long term, so you can come on any contract. But even if you want to stay for 3 months, 6 months, or a year, we do give you the option to do that. So a lot of people who come on visit visa looking for jobs, where do they stay for 3 months while I'm looking for a job? So we give them that kind of option where they can come, and it's all inclusive, Wi-Fi, everything is included. So.
This is amazing. Nikhil, but today's conversation is predominantly around soft and other non-trade skills required to succeed as a blue-collar employee. Any particular reason why you selected this topic for discussion today?
So I think the blue collar workforce is sometimes not recognized as large of a population in Dubai, and we have to be aware of the fact that it makes up almost 30%, 25 to 30% of our whole population.
Right.
So bringing more awareness to how that sector works is something that we're quite keen on doing.
So what are the skills that are required, for a successful blue collar worker, which will set him apart from others in the field?
So I think, most importantly is obviously the knowledge of your trade. So being very clear and this is my role, this is what I excel at, this is what I'll continue to work on, and not deviating too much from that. And second thing is professionalism, language. These things are very important because it's a high pressure environment. So you need to be able to communicate, you need to be able to understand different company policies and cultures.
Now, Nikhil, could you explain, when you meant soft skills in comparison to technical skills, why they are more important, given the fact that the blue-collar workers would have their limitations?
So I think it varies based on industry to industry, but a large industry where blue-collar workers are more in demand is things like e-commerce, logistics, where reading labels, understanding products, colors, all these kind of, basic skills are required in these industries on a very important level, because if you do something wrong there, the customer gets an incorrect product and that leads to more customer dissatisfaction, etc.
So even the riders come into this?
Definitely, very
Okay.
much so.
Okay.
The riders are a key component of the last mile delivery, which actually
Right.
delivers the product to the customer.
And the technology knowledge also they need is more now, because if you see the innovations that are happening in different buildings as well, in terms of getting in and getting out and understanding the entire process. I know okay, it is easy, it is simple, but then to have that knowledge or the capability to maneuver all those things as well.
Yeah, and especially when you've just reached UAE possibly for the first time.
Right.
And, a lot of times the workers don't have so much time to do a full training, get used to the city. They come within 2 weeks, they're on the job. So it takes a little bit of time for you to just be aware of, how the city functions.
Correct. Now, in terms of communication, how would you rank communication on the charts, especially amongst blue-collar employees? And how do you expect them to be building a portfolio around that?
So the more we recruit, the more we see that English is becoming more of a
challenge.
must. More we see that English is becoming more of a
challenge.
must.
Oh, it's a must.
Most employers are requesting now, even for blue collar worker categories, to be able to sometimes read, write, even speak English, at least on a basic level.
Isn't that too much of a demand from a job like that?
It is a little bit of a demand, but that's how the market works itself. And you'd be surprised when we go to recruit across the subcontinent, across Asia, we do find that most people actually can read and speak basic English. It's being
Okay.
taught in public schools, and especially in places like India, where education is such an important factor. It's not such a big challenge to actually identify this skill.
Now, since you mentioned about challenges, what are the common challenges that the blue collared employees face in today's day and age?
So I think the biggest challenge is orientation and adapting to a new culture, because the work is such a high pressure environment. When they first come to UAE, you're already kind of in a pretty difficult work condition where you haven't got the time to still acclimatize, get your bearings. So I think giving them a little bit of time, at least 2 weeks, 3 weeks before starting onto a very intense schedule is the best way to do it, where they can manage things like their phone, internet, accommodation, connecting with their families. I think all those things are quite important.
Right. Now, Nikhil, for example, I am an employer and I'm looking out to source a blue collared employee. I mean, I want to hire them. How would I get onto your application and how does this really work? So once I'm on your app, then what is the way forward?
So we actually have two methods. Obviously, one, you can come through a general inquiry. We'll help you kind of assess what your job descriptions are. But the second and the most innovative solution we've come up with is actually a portal. And it's a free portal where employers can log on to our website, innovationuae.com, and simply browse our entire database. We've kept it fully open. Of course, we've maintained privacy of our candidates, where we don't show numbers, emails, so they can't be contacted. However, you can go and look at the skills and select a candidate and approach us, and we can then start the recruitment process for you.
Right. And when recruiting, do you have any set guidelines that you issue to the corporates?
Yes, so we create a job description, which is generally has the main kind of criteria of language, communication skills, experience, etc., which most of our clients follow.
This is amazing. And what are the other things that Innovation Group is doing apart from this, especially where the blue collared workers are concerned?
So I think our main aim is trying to bring more visibility and awareness towards the skills that these workers possess in the market already. Um, Due to the fact that expenses in Dubai are going up, workers also need the opportunity to grow in their careers.
Correct.
And if we can create a platform where they're able to showcase their skills and employers are able to identify the talent that they require, and if we can bridge that gap, I think we can bring a lot of growth to the workers and to the industry.
We've been mentioning about the Innovations Group app as well. A lot of people have been downloading, but other ways, how can people get in touch with Innovations Group?
So I think the first and the best way is the app. The second would be the website. You can log on again onto the website and apply online. The third is you can email us. But I would say that the app and the website are probably the fastest, because we have a team that calls every single person that applies.
This is
Super.
amazing. And what would you say approximately is the turnaround?
I would say about 3 days, 2 to 3 days to get a phone
This
call.
is amazing. This is amazing. No, but really, we wish you all the very best, Nikhil. I mean, this is exceptional what you're doing, and it's kind of a first time, right, that we got introduced to a company that is doing something for blue collared workers. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.